with MyLabs Plus. I want to go to that today first, if you don't mind. I'm going to use Google Chrome and Firefox, one of those two, because Microsoft Internet Explorer don't work sometimes. So I'm going to go straight to Blackboard, and there's some problems that I'm going to show you here also. And let's see. Let's go to, what are y'all, 109, what? 05, is that one of y'all?
I think it says 6.
So, well, that's fine, either one. 05, 06 are campuses. Okay, of course y'all know that I have an announcement here, and y'all need to read that announcement. It's up all semester, so therefore you don't say you didn't get the announcement. There it is. All right, here's the Mymathlab. Now, you might want to write this down because it's different on different browsers, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit MyLabs Plus, and I don't know which one to do. Hit MyLabs Plus here, and it sits there and spins. Good, I finally got it to do it. Yesterday it wouldn't do it. This is what happens, and some of y'all have emailed me. Some of you haven't. Some of you haven't even gotten on yet, and that's fine. You know, just be slackers. Anyway, it just does this. It just does it over and over and over. So what you do is, everybody look, you see this little shield up here in the top right-hand corner? That's what you need to hit. You need to right-click on that shield. And when you right-click on that shield, you'll be given an option to load unsaved scripts. And that should take you to MyLabs Plus. Now, this will pop up. That red X, make a note of that red X also. That red X allows for the videos to play. Allow pop-ups. And hit done. Those are the two things you need to do in order to let MyLabs Plus work. Okay? And that's it, pretty much. There's the syllabus and the handouts right here. And that's in case you didn't get the email. So there's that. So I don't have to send you an email. There's all the ones we went over first day of class. And main menu, we're going to talk about the different parts of MyLabs Plus that you need to be aware of. Now this is where some of the DA questions come from. Oh, I didn't know where my grade was. Well, that's what we're going to go over today. So make sure, you won't have to move, you can't see through muddy water. I'm trying to move around so you can't see, so you can see. But anyway, the first thing I want you to notice is assignments. Now, most of y'all are real good students, and most of y'all can probably put together that assignments mean tests and what? Homework. Okay? What makes up your grade in Hubert's class? Tests and homework. All right? So, you know, if you want to find the assignments, you go to assignments. I know that's hard to believe, but that's it. And the assignments should come up. I haven't created them. I thought I went through and assigned them. I must not have hit assign. So let me go ahead and change that right now. It must have hadn't done it in here. I'll have to check the others. But I went ahead and put the dates on them. Oh, I didn't assign them. That's what I didn't do. Somebody tell me, what's the first unit in here? Is it chapter 1 and 2? Somebody look at your outline. That's, again, why the outline is so important. The outline tells you what you need to be looking for. Where's the outline? All the way to what? 2.4? Well, let me do that. 2.4, 2.3, 2.1, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2, and 1.1, and I'm going to hit assigned, and there. Now they'll come up. I need to check and make sure I did that for all of them. I thought I did that for all classes. Okay, now you go to assignments. all the assignments will come up. If I can get there. There we go. There they are. And you click on those assignments and do them at will. Of course, we haven't started yet, so you don't need to worry about it. Now, somebody's going to try to go ahead, and that's fine. But if you're on 1.3 and I'm doing 1.1, I'm not going to answer your 1.3 questions until we get to 1.3. That way everybody can benefit from the questions. So you're not supposed to work ahead anyway. So I don't know why you would, but some people do. That's fine. Study plan. Besides study plan, I want you to put extra. All right? Well, don't go to study plan. Go to chapter contents. It's easier to go to chapter contents. You go through chapter contents, go to chapter 1, pull up 1.1, that's the first section, and you see these three things. Put beside chapter content, put extra. Extra problems, extra videos, and then you also have the e-text. So if you want to print out the book, you go through chapter contents. All right? So write that down, or you could go through e-text also, because somebody's going to call me or write me an email by the end of the week and say, how did you say to print out the book? Well, I just told you. Hit e-text. Let's look at the video first. Look at the video. And these are also in the homework also. And you can do an introductory video, and it'll show you, it should pop up if everything goes right.
Hi, my name is Sue. In this section, we'll be looking at functions and models. Key objectives of this section are to determine the table, graph, or equation.
Can y'all hear that at the Easley and Oconee and Anderson campus, Pendleton campus?
Create a scatter plot of a set of ordered pairs.
Hello?
Use function notation.
Kind of. It's not very loud.
I know, that's something we're working on. I've got it maxed on both.
You can
And
make it out.
Objective is to determine
the main thing is that you see it's moving. Y'all see it moving, right?
Yeah.
I'm moving it along quicker so y'all can see that it goes through. Okay, so that's for you visual learners. If you like videos, you can watch them. Let's go back. The e-text, if you go to the e-text, it'll take you, and those of you that's got a book with you in the classroom, it should come up if the clouds line and the moon lines up with the sun right, it should come up. Or it'll sit there and spin off here. Okay, turn to page 10. And if you turn to page 10 in your book, if those of you that have a book, it should look just like this one. Okay? And of course, you can go up here and hit print. And you can print out the desired or needed pages out of the book, so it will be even thinner than the book you buy in the bookstore. Okay? And you could just bring in a unit at a time. Again, that's why the outline is so important. The outline is a guide for you to print out the sections that you need to print out. That's why the outline is the most important handout of all my handouts. The outline is it, because you can pretty much gauge the class by that outline. All right, there's how you print out the text. And then study plan. Study plan is extra problems. Write that down. Extra problems. They do not hurt you. They do not help you as far as a numerical grade. But they do help you as far as extra practice. All right? And we're going to kill two birds with one stone, and we're going to look at what these homework problems actually do. Now, first of all, back in 1998, when I brought my math lab onto the campus, okay, I was at Pendleton and nobody had even seen one of these things before. There was a lot of classes we were doing in comprehensive studies, basic math, pre-algebra, algebra 1 and algebra 2, which is now 101 and 102. We were doing some of those with independent study. Do y'all know what independent study is? Anybody want to take a guess at it? Huh? Studying by yourself in a classroom with other students, and you take the test as you reach the end of the unit. You don't sit in a classroom with a board. You just do the work yourself. That's what this was designed for back a long, long time ago. But now it's evolved to where students in the classroom can use those learning styles and learning aids to get over the hump with homework. That's what it's designed for in the classroom. It's not designed to take the place of the teacher. So what I'm going to show you is one problem here. And I want you to focus on this button right here, Question Help. All right? When you click on that button, you're going to see several other buttons. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write down all the way down to Ask My Instructor. And I want you to leave a couple of spaces between your notebook, a couple of lines of your notebook paper between the 4 or 5 buttons that I told you to write down. I want you to write down some things about it so you know which one you like to use. Now, I know some of y'all have seen this before, but I can't teach to you. I'm teaching to the people that have never seen MyLabs Plus before. So those of you that know it all or have been exposed, there's 2 different people. Those that have been exposed to MyLabs Plus, just sit back. Those that know it all, you might need to listen because you don't know it all. And those that never seen MyLabs Plus, you need to write this information down. Help me solve this. Help me solve this is what's called a guided tutorial. Write that down. A guided tutorial. Now this is a learning style that is I use it today as a guided lecture. When I teach, I don't just sit up here and lecture and then y'all go home. That's not the way I do it. The way I teach is called a guided lecture. I go through a problem. I ask you questions as I go through the problem. And that's what this does. It's not going to give you the problem. It's going to ask you problems while it's explaining it to you. Now, who uses the guided tutorial? The person that's never seen the material before. All right? Let me give you an example. Let's say you went through high school and you went through pre-algebra and then they stuck you in geometry, and then they stuck you in probability and statistics. Okay? Some of you have never seen Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Algebra 3, pre-cal. Some of you have never seen that. So those of you that have never seen this level of algebra, you would use the guided tutorial a good bit. Okay? And that's helped me solve this. Most of you, since our placement is Algebra 2, 102, most of you have seen this material before. So you will not use... I just hear myself. Okay. You will not use Help Me Solve This. You will use View an Example. View an Example is the tutorial that just tells you how to what? It just tells you how to do a problem. It's not going to ask you questions. It's going to say, okay, 2x plus 4 is equal to 6. You minus the 4 on each side, you get 2x is equal to 2. You divide by 2 on each side, x is equal to 1. It just boom, boom, boom. It just tells you how to do it. That's the most used button because most of you have seen this material before and just need the cobwebs knocked loose. Okay? So that's the number 1 button that people use is View an Example. All right? What's next? Video. Again, this is for you visual learners. Now, there's 2 types of videos. There is the video, which is showing right now, and then there is the computer graphic tutorial, and I'm going to show you one of those in just a minute. Both methods can be done with a computer and a voice, like this, or a PowerPoint and a voice, or a whiteboard or blackboard or clearboard and a voice. And the graphic tutorial is usually done with computer graphics, sliding in and out. You know, you hit next and it puts up another graphic, and I'll show you that in just a minute, and a voice. So there's about 4 or 5 different delivery systems that's used for the video or the computer graphics. Okay? Sometimes you'll see the teacher in front of the board. This, you don't. Okay?
Put x into the...
And it goes through and does different.
And fine. We can find the same outputs by you plus 20, 16.
Again, initially, this delivery system or this support system was designed for independent study. But when it's put in the classroom, it is for you to be able to work on your homework at home. What if you're a reader? What if you like to read? Then hit textbook, and it takes you to the page in the textbook that explains this. And evidently I've got it already pulled up, and it's down here somewhere. Nope, it didn't work. Okay, let me try it again. Oh, I got to hit the red X again. Oh, it's already pulled it up. I thought I already hit that. Okay, whatever. Let me try it again. Them Russians. Them Russians get into everything, don't they? Beat you up, throw you in a van, tell you who to vote for. Did y'all get thrown into a van and beat up? I did. That gum Russian threw me in a van and beat me up and told me who to vote for. What?
Teacher,
Who is it?
Miss Sadie said that she said that they were doing the same exact thing in another nation, so that's why it just makes it even more clearer to her that
the Russians have been trying to mess with us for the last 50 years. Have anybody ever heard of McCarthyism? Has anybody ever heard of McCarthyism? See? They don't teach that. That's called real history. McCarthy was the CIA director / NSA director / intelligence director back in Kennedy's. Okay? Y'all know who Kennedy is, right? The president? All right. Okay. When was he president? The 60s. It's called history. Okay? McCarthyism was this phobia about the Russians messing with the elections, messing with our satellites, not satellites, but messing with our infrastructure back in the 60s. Okay? But they don't mention that. But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, Russia just started messing with us since 2016. Yeah, because of Donald Trump. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go. That's so ludicrous. Anyway, it's called, and you know what it's called in modern day? It's called a temper tantrum, is what it's called. When you don't get your way is what it's called. All right, if you want to print out the problem, you print out the problem right there. Now, this is not used very much anymore because people used to take a picture of it. Do not do this with me. The reason is you don't have to use this anymore. The reason you don't have to use it is because you've got this button right here. That button is the most important button for you. Why? Let's say that you've used the video, you've used the help me solve this, and you've used the view an example, and you even read in the book, and you still have no clue what you're doing. That's when you use Ask My Instructor. Now, this is a double-edged sword, or it's a two-way street. Why does it not only helps you, but it helps me. Why does it help me as a teacher?
because it shows you.
Know what we struggle with.
Exactly. If I go over 1.1 today, okay, now the way I do things is if I cover the material, you're responsible for the what? The homework. So you would go home and work on 1.1, and I would sit there in my office and say, okay, they're working on 1.1 homework tonight, or over the weekend, or whatever the case may be. When I come back to class, I'm going to, and this is what we're going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do right now. You're doing your homework, and you say, well, I don't know how to do this problem. This problem sucks. All right, so you go down here, and you don't even have to write anything. All you have to do is send. You don't have to write anything, but you put, if you were any good, I can't spell, know how to do this. You suck. Okay. Now, I'm not putting that there to be funny. I'm putting it there because, watch, I didn't write this. I didn't send me a problem yesterday afternoon. I just sent that problem. Now I'm going to go over, and as a teacher, I will come in class, and I'll say, okay, let me pull up the homework. Let me pull up the questions, and I'll go, put in my credentials. Oh, did y'all hear that? My phone went off a while ago. Did y'all hear that? I'm not checking it. You know why? Well, I better check it, make sure my 11-year-old hadn't been put in jail. Hold on a second. Make sure he's not. No, he's not. He's not in jail. Okay, so I go to my email and I click on to down here. Look at there. I have folders. Wow. And I click that 109 and look at there. There's that question. How do I know it's that question? Because it has. If you were any good, I would know how to do this. You suck. And then I click on this hyperlink, and this is at the beginning of class, and it takes me to the problem that you had problems with, and we do it in class. Now, there's 2 or 3 advantages of this. One is that you can send me a question and not have to raise your hand in class. Now, a lot of you say, what's the big deal with that? There are certain people that are petrified against asking questions in class. Okay, they need a puppy dog, a pillow, and a crying closet. Okay, because they feel intimidated by raising their hand. Okay, not many people do, but some people do. All right, some people they will not ask a question in class because they feel like they're dumb. Okay, so this is a way that you can send a question to me and I will cover it. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. If somebody in this class sends me this question, I'm just using this question as an example, what does that mean about the rest of the class? Or maybe some of the rest of the class? They probably have what? The same question. Okay, I'm not saying the whole class. Just
one message coming in on secured channel.
Please don't let it be him. All right. If she sends that question in, then chances are there may be a couple of people at the Easley campus that have that same question. Because usually the more difficult questions are going to rise to the top, right? That means either say yes or no, or you don't know what the hell you're talking about. One of the 3, okay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. The questions that give the hardest time will rise to the top, and they will be sent to me, and I will cover them. All right? Has anybody in here had me before? You've had me for what? Okay. Did I do this? Does it work? It does. She said yes. For those who couldn't hear her, she said yes on both. Has anybody up there had me? Pendleton? Anybody? Easley? Okay, nobody's had me before? All right. It does work, and I've been doing this for a long time. Okay? So, to make a long story short, squeaky door gets what? Y'all suck. Your parents suck too, because everybody should know that. Okay? Squeaky door gets what?
Oil.
Okay. OIL is the way I say it. Okay? I don't pronounce OIL, because there's always some smart aleck in the group that makes fun of the way that people say OIL, and I do not say it with a nasal Pennsylvanian accent. Okay? I don't say oil. Okay? So, if you are from Pennsylvania and you talk through your nose, then yes, it is pronounced oil. But if you're not, then it's pronounced oil. Okay? So, the squeaky door gets grease. Everybody with me? What does that mean?
It works itself out, and then we win in the end.
No, you're a loser. You should quit school. Okay? Try, but you should quit. I think they're hiring at McDonald's. Okay? Squeaky door gets grease means that if there's a squeaky door in your house, what are you going to do? You're going to put grease on it. It gets the attention, right? Okay. If you ask questions, I'm going to what?
Answer.
I'm going to bring attention to it. If you don't ask questions, what am I going to assume? That the class knows the material. Come on, people. It's not rocket science. Okay, there's two things that you do in class. You either ask questions or you what? Don't. If you don't ask questions, the teacher assumes that you know the material. If you do ask questions, the teacher should stop and go over the material again or do the problem that you're having trouble with. That's why I don't have office hours. Okay? It's called common what? Sense. Now, how do I get to do this? Well, I don't spend 2 days giving you a test and going over a test. How many tests do you have? 4. That's 8 days that I could be what? Teaching. What a concept. Okay? I don't check to see if you copied the answers in the back of the book on your homework correctly. All right? So that's 15 minutes out of each class. 15 minutes out of each class equals 2 classes, 2 to 3 classes at the end, by the whole semester. So that's 10 to 11 days that I could be what? Teaching. So I trade off doing all that paperwork for teaching. Now, if you take advantage of that, then that's good. If you don't take advantage of it, that's not my problem. That's why you do not see a lot of my students fail my class. Not because I make the test easy, but because I teach the material because I don't have to do any of the bureaucratic bullcrap. Okay? So, what's your take on this? Use Ask My Instructor. Okay, that's when it's sent to Ask My Instructor. You got to go back to the homework. There we go. Ask My Instructor. Now I'm going to show you a computer graphic right quick. And the computer graphic is the one that has the little pink symbol around it. I'll show you that right here. No. Dang, where's my... I thought I had the homework pulled up. Hold on. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Go back. There we go. The computer graphic is this symbol right here. See the little pink little symbol right there? And this is where you see the computer graphic. Animation, they call it. Okay? And that's the only different one that I didn't cover. Here's the animation. And you hit, I guess you hit play. I don't know. Why don't they have a play button on it? Oh, it just gives you, okay, this sucks. And you get to play with it. Domain. And you get to play with it like this. See? There's the domain. I like that. Now, I do like that because that's the way I explain it. They took that from me. I want copyrights. All right, there's the range. Range goes, well, if I could click on the little do-jigger. There's the range. That is nice. I like that. No sneezing in class. Okay? You don't sneeze, you don't cough, and you don't yawn. The only thing you do in my class is breathe. You got to be hard. Okay? So don't be doing that stuff in my class. But that's an animation. Sometimes the animation has a voice with it. I've never seen this before. This is really nice. I like this. Because you can actually see the range as it's moving back and forth. That's nice. I'm going to use that in class. Okay, that's really nice. How many you got? That's 2. That's the square root function. Piecewise function. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, good. All right, I learned something today. You always go, every day you learn something, that's a good thing. All right, who has a question on the homework? Okay, make sure you do it, because how much is it of your grade? Oh, man. 20%. Y'all suck. I can already tell y'all going to fail this class.
You get to the homework by clicking on assignments?
Yes, assignments, right here. I could change that, but if I did, I'd have to do it in all of them, and I ain't doing that. Okay? It's assignments. So make sure you know. There's 2 that I went over. Your handouts, that's the first one, and then assignments. Aprende? What's the next thing you need to go over? Oh my, y'all, I know y'all don't know what this is, but that one right there. I know that the word grade book does not tell you what it means, because I get these questions at the end of the semester, especially right after the exam. I just took the exam, what's my grade? Do they get a reply? Hell to the no. Why? Where do you do all of your homework and all of your tests? On Mymathlab Plus. The reason I do that is so, one, I don't have to deal with it. Two, you don't say I'm prejudiced and like you and give you better grades than anybody else. And three, it gives you instant feedback. Okay? So that means that all your grades are contained within what? Mymathlab Plus. So if you need to find your grade, where do you think it will be? Oh God, you're gifted. Grade book. Okay, there's two things I want you to write down about grade book in your notes, and I want you to highlight them, because I don't want to have you come up to me at the end of the semester asking me this stuff. Where do I find my grade? Grade book. Well, where do I go? Show overall score. Well, how does it know? Well, I'll show you how it knows. Go in here. Go into grade book. Go to change weights. Look at there. What does your homework count? 20%. What does your test count? 80%. So I have told MyLabs Plus how to weight your average of your homework and your average of your test. And then each one of your homeworks has a certain percentage, and each one of your tests has a certain percentage. Everybody see that? So when you click onto your grade book, which is the one that's in the course tools, you don't see my grade book. Of course, that's self-explanatory. But when you go to main menu and you click on the grade book, when you hit show overall score, it's going to take out that calculation and it's going to present it to you in this circle right here. And what if you don't believe it? Then you need to hit what? Show calculation. And it shows you why you got the D when you had a C, because you didn't do any homework, and this number over here is going to be 0 because you didn't do any homework. This class is pretty much what you put into it, you what? Get out of it. Your parents did you good, whoever said that. All right? You get out of it what you put into it. If you suck at it, if you don't do the work, you're going to fail. Question. Oh my gosh, I see one of my students I know at the Pendleton campus. I hope you're not on your phone. They have no idea I'm talking to them. Pendleton campus. The guy on the left. The green shirt.
What?
You work at my grocery store, don't you?
Probably.
Don't you work at Ingles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you there several times.
I'm there all the time.
Yeah, I'll see you there. Anyway, it's a good store. They got everything there. Is it good working there, or would you rather work at Walmart or Target?
Oh, I like it.
I like it. I like the store. It's a good place. I like it. They got everything there. Oh, I'll shut up. At least I know somebody at the Pendleton campus now. I want free food when I get to Ingles next time, okay? So you going to hook me up and give me some free groceries?
I'll get fired.
Fired? Well, they're racist. Why should they fire a person for giving away food? You give me free food, they shouldn't fire you. Okay. All right. Anybody got a question on the grade book? Nobody's got questions on the grade book. Everybody good? It's very complicated, okay? Grade book means grades. And you hit two buttons. You hit overall score and you hit not hide calculation, you hit show calculation. And those two things, even though it's complicated, should tell you what you have in the class. It's amazing. I'll get somebody to write me an email. What's my grade? I have no earthly idea. Chapter contents, that's another place. Chapter contents is another place for you to go through and find. I already showed you that. So you've got 4 or 5 buttons that's really helpful. Let's look at the test. Did we look at the test the other day? We did? We're going to look at it again because I'm going to show you something else. Okay? Course tools, assignment manager. Hopefully some of y'all write down the questions so you won't dadgum fail it. No, I'm just kidding. It's different test every time we pull it up. So, now I did tell you that you have your funny questions or your bonus questions on there. For those of you that wasn't here, I think some of y'all wasn't here the other day. I do put bonus questions from the syllabus handouts and from DA questions that I get at the end of the semester. So, but you need to do your homework because you need to see how the questions work. I get the test questions from the homework. They regenerate. They're not going to be the same exact questions, but you pull them up and you work them the same way you work your homework questions. The only difference is there's no help me solve this over here on the right hand side. Okay? There's no help me solve this. So, just want to bring that to your attention. It will tell you the due date. It will tell you the time. If you look right here, time remaining, it tells you. Okay, you can show completed problems. You can put that on there. You can submit. You can go backwards and forwards. Okay, see, I can go back and check to see if I did that. There's a question right there. If I have incomplete assignments, what does Hubert put in as a grade? What will that do? It'll decrease your grade, a 0. There's another math question. There's another math question. I give you about a 50% chance. Now, how many questions are on this test? 30. That means they're 3 points apiece, right? Give or take a decimal or 2. I give you 15 bonus questions. What should everybody make a minimum on my test?
45.
Will they? No, I'll have 32s, 36s, 15s. And if somebody can explain that to me, I'll give you bonus points. But I just put it as non-sentient or being a deadhead, one of the two. And you'll see, I'm just going to go through and just show you. And I'm not going to go over each question because we did that Monday. But some of you, I know you wasn't here, and I know a couple of you wasn't here. So a couple of you at different campuses weren't here. So I'm going to go through and just, if you miss a question, what should you do? See Hubert after class. Math question. Does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with the final? No. What is the week of finals? 4th through the 10th. By the time we get to finals, you'll know when finals are. Oh, let's talk about the final. I give you homework online. I give you tests online. So the final exam, I'm going to give it to you in class. Yes or no? No. Why would I change horses in midstream? Okay? That's just extra work, and I'm sure not going to do it at the end of the semester if I didn't do it throughout the semester. Okay, so your exam will be online. How many times do I give you to take the test? 3 times. Well, 2 final, yes. But the test, I give you 3. Why do I do that? Because y'all have 5 dead grandmothers. You have 5 flat tires. You have lightning hit your house and a Sharknado at the same time. All right? Y'all have all these problems. And when do you have these problems? On test day. Okay, so I give you 7 days to take the test, and I give you 3 chances to take it. Therefore, that takes away what? Excuses. What do I do with the 3 tests? Do I average them, or do I take the highest grade? I take the highest grade. That's a bonus question. That's a math question right there. There's a bonus question. If you look at overall grade and it's decreased, what's happened? I put in a 0 for a missed test or a missed homework assignment.
When you do your test.
Yeah, speak up. What?
When you do your test in past math classes, we had to like take pictures and send in our work. Do we have to do that?
Well, I've never done that.
Like
Have I
when
done
we no, in Alex they made you.
Alex sucks.
So I didn't know if you could do it.
Alex sucks, okay? Alex, I used that one time at a conference, and I said, even if I was drunk and doing this, it would still suck. I told the woman that. She was trying to sell me Alex. Have y'all done Alex before? Anybody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it suck?
That's terrible.
I think it does. I think it sucks, but I don't know. I don't know anything about taking pictures. To me, that's just extra what? Extra work. It's a nuisance. Overall grade, that's what the grade book will give you. I've done covered that. What should you do if something happens and you're out of class for a while? Communicate with the teacher. Okay? Not a week after grade turn in. That doesn't work. Okay, this is the question I just put on. This is the first time this question has come out. Although covered in his handouts in the first day of class, what is the best way to communicate with Hubert? Cell phone. Period. Student this morning, online student. She said, I was going to email you, but you said contact you with your cell. Yes, I was at home, okay? And I'm glad because we took care of her problem this morning. I said, meet me at the Anderson campus at 9 o'clock. And she was here, and we fixed her problem on the computer. That's the best way to contact me. And you need to get over your phobia. If you don't have a phobia, I don't want to email my teacher. I don't want to text my teacher. I don't want to call my teacher. Get over it. Do you call your coworkers? Okay. Do you call your supervisor? Okay. The student works at Ingalls. What's your name? I don't know your name. Sorry.
JC.
JC. Do you call your supervisor at Ingalls when you're going to be out?
Yeah.
Why?
So I have to let him know.
I don't understand these bosses. They just want you to communicate with them. All right? I'm your boss, okay? In this classroom, I'm your boss. So if you're going to be out for 2 or 3 weeks, I need to know about it. Did I say 2 hours or did I say a day? No. I said 2 or 3 weeks or over a week. You need to let me know. Oh, some of these people, and you wonder why they get fired. Because they're not very bright. Math. Then they procreate too. There's my cell phone and my email address right there. It's the only one that's legitimate, and I still get people get that wrong. I think they just look at it and see the first email address and they click it. I don't know. I hope they see it because it's really sad if they don't. That's self-explanatory. That comes from my handout. When is the last day of class? It's the only legitimate date. There's another math question. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? Why does Hubert not entertain bonus points? Because I give you bonus points, 45 on each test. Math, math, math. Does Hubert, if you don't turn in an assignment, what do you get? You get a trophy. What does the homework terminate? Toward the end? That's why the outline is so important. If we get toward, what's the last one, 2.4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when we get to 2.3, what should y'all be saying to yourself? We're getting toward the end of the unit, so we're going to have a test. Now, listen up. This is how I do when we get to the end of a test. Say like I go over 2.4 today. I'll say, okay, we just finished 2.4. That means what?
That's
We're
it.
going to have a test. Yeah, just speak on up. Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate it. Easley and Oconee and Pendleton, y'all settle down. I can't hear Anderson because of y'all. You know we can interact. Y'all know that, don't you? Y'all can interact with me. Y'all do know that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all suck. Hey, I got a smile. JC's even smiling. Good. At least one Pendleton person is awake. Okay? Okay, he's going to hide his smile now. He ain't gonna Y'all gonna have to do better, okay? Y'all gonna have to, okay, they sell this thing in a bottle called Mountain Dew. You need to get you one of them before you come to class, okay? Everybody needs to drink at least 1 or 2 Mountain Dews before you come to class. Everybody got that? Get one of them Code Reds or get one of them Monsters, okay? Drink one of those before you come to class. All right. Another thing I wanted to tell you. When I say, okay, we're getting ready for a test, I'll pull the test up, don't I? I'll pull the test up just like I'm doing right now. What will I do after I pull the test up and go through it? Anybody know? I'll assign the dates. So therefore, you'll have the dates in the classroom, and you see the dates on the video, and when you go to your test online, it'll show you the dates that it's due. So what should you not ask me? When is it due? Because I'll say I have no idea. Okay? Last question, math question. So that's what the test looks like. And I'll say, okay, now we're going to set the date. And I'll go here, and y'all see the dates right there. I'll set the date. Now right now it's 9:13 to 9:20. Is that set in stone? No. That's what I want to shoot for. But I really don't want to get too fast because I don't want to take up anybody's question time, so I don't want to go too fast. Those are just tentative dates. Everybody with me? So some of you hammy squirrels, don't be hammy around me. I don't like hammy squirrels, okay? And if you don't know who Hammy the squirrel is, you need to look it up. All right. And then I'll go through and set the dates on the test. I meant the homework. Now, right now, everything is tentatively set. Tentatively. So you need to be working toward that as well as I. But if I see that we're not going to reach 2.4 by the 20th, I will change that. Does everybody write that down? I will change the dates if warranted. So I don't need any hammy squirrels coming up. The test on 20. I don't know. I don't need that. Okay. Take some medication. Get your girlfriend or boyfriend because it's something. Get a lot. Because I do not need 15 people calling me going, oh, what's the test is on 20. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I don't know. Just chill. Okay. Because the chances are, if we are on, if the 10th is arriving. The 10th, 10TH, okay, if the 10th is arriving and I'm on 2.1, are we going to have the test on the 13th? No. Okay, if I'm on 2.2 or 2.1 and it's September 10th, chances are, and September 10th is on a Thursday, no, we're not having the test. So should you freak out or should you just wait till I go over the test in class? Thank you, Anderson Campus, for the interaction. I appreciate it. I'm looking at y'all, other campuses, for not interacting. Thank y'all. I appreciate it for not interacting. You realize that when you don't interact, it makes the class go 10 times slower? Y'all do know that, right?
Yes.
One yes. Thanks, one yes. I appreciate that one yes out of 15 students. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about something. Now, can we talk about movies or something? Get them to talk. What do y'all like? Pendleton, do y'all like movies or do y'all even go to the movies? Y'all don't talk, so I don't know if you go to the movies or not. They're just going to sit there. Okay, y'all just want me to talk about math the whole time?
No.
Okay, I got a no. I got one no. Okay, let's see it easily. Easily, do you want me to talk about math the whole time?
No.
Oh! How about it, Oconee? Oh, Oconee's the party school.
No, we like movies.
Okay, you like movies? Good. Okay, we even got a sentence out of that campus. Hot dog. We cooking with peanut oil now. I'm sorry, oil. Yes, I'd like to get some aluminum foil, please. All right. Anybody got any questions about the test now? Now that I've covered all that, who's got questions on anything having to do with logistics of the classroom or logistics of MyLabs Plus? So I covered it so well. How many of, let's make fun of people. Let's make fun of people who still slackers. Let's go to Grade Book. And let's see who's logged on. Okay, out of the Pendleton campus, there's like, how many of y'all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we only got 4 losers in Pendleton. Okay? 4 losers, because 10 of y'all have signed up. There's the winners. Butler, Davis, Franklin, Griffith, Hamby, Heath, McCollum, Meredith, Roach, Talbert. Y'all are winners. The rest of y'all suck. All right, the next one. Let's go to, I'm kidding people, okay? Take it as a grain of salt. Somebody's going to go to my department head and say, he said I suck. I can't find my other files. Where's my other file of 18? Here we go. Anderson campus. Anderson campus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people that are in the class, and 6. Anderson campus, y'all are gifted and talented. Okay? Because 5 of y'all have signed up. There's only 1 in here that sucks. Brady, is that Con or Kane? Can. I said it wrong both ways. Can. Dean, Floyd, Port.
I get my computer today.
Oh, whatever.
I swear.
Just quit.
I swear.
McDonald's is hiring. Okay, next, Easley campus. Let's check out the Easley campus. See how many winners we got up there. The campus that I got 1 yes out of. Y'all see Easley campus? There they are. Got 1 up there that sucks. Got 5 dead grandmothers. Let's see, where is it? There he is. And the winners up there are Big Seer, Martin, Paige, and Terry. Which one of y'all had Sharknado at your house and you couldn't sign up? And the last one is Oconee Hall. What do y'all see? Y'all see Oconee Hall? There it is. And looks like we only got 1 loser up there. Yep, both of y'all signed, or there's only 1 loser up there. So it looks like we only got a minority of losers in each class. That's not a big deal. Remember, I told you to be working on your access codes, to be working on your supplies. That's what you do the first week. Now, next week, what day y'all come back? Tuesday? Tuesday, we will actually start math. Okay? We will actually start going into math, and you'll see how I teach. And then the next day, Thursday, you will see what I do with the questions, and you'll see how I incorporate the questions in with the class. Now, who's got questions for me?
Our assignments,
Settle down.
there's nothing on our assignments, right? Because there's, like, I clicked on that. There's nothing there. So
Yeah,
there's
I
not
don't
gonna
know
be-
why. I must have accidentally hit the unassigned button, but I'll go through and change that after class. So everybody will be good after that. Any other questions? And like I say, I haven't covered math yet, so really you don't need to be working on any math right now anyway. That's probably why I hadn't assigned them. But anyway, it's not a big deal. All right, I'm going to call the roll. Pendleton, you're first, so when I call your name, you can leave quietly. If you have questions at Pendleton, Easley, or Oconee, stay behind afterwards. And I appreciate y'all being so interactive with us. All right, Burgess.
Here.
Butler. Can. Can? No, that's Joseph. Is that your brother or something? Mr. Can, did you say here?
I did.
Okay, because everybody's packing up and I can hardly hear you. That's why. I'm not trying to aggravate you. Davis. Davis. No Davis. Franklin.
Here.
Griffith. Jonathan. Jonathan Griffith. Jonathan Griffith. Kinley Griffith.
Yeah, for me, I'm here.
All right, appreciate it. Hamby.
Here.
Heath.
Here.
Heath.
Here.
Okay, raise your hand. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking somewhere else. I didn't see you. I like Green Bay. Green Bay was my team when I was little. Oh, great. I like them too. Good. I'm glad you like them. You got a shirt on. Thank you for the interaction. McCollum.
Here.
Where are you?
Right.
Okay. Have a good day. Meredith.
Here.
And Roach.
Here.
And Saliba. No Saliba. And Talbert.
Here.
JC, which one are you?
Right here.
Last name?
I'm Meredith.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I'm going to put JC here so I know. Okay. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
I got a quick question though.
Yes, sir.
Where do I turn in my accommodations at? Like, how do I turn that in?
You can just email them to me you can take a picture of it or email me as a document or whatever.
Gotcha,
Right?
I'll do that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Brady.
Here.
Callahan.
Here.
Dean.
Here.
Floyd.
Here.
Gully. And Core.
Here.
And Easley campus. Settle down so you can hear your name. Big Seer.
Here.
Or is that Bixler?
Bixler. Yes.
Okay, the I's look like L's and the L's look like I's. I'm sorry. Collins.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Page.
Here. Here.
Okay. And Terry.
Here.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
And Leonhardt's not there. Lusk and Speed. Y'all have a good day.
Here.
Good weekend.
All right, you thanks. You too.
See y'all. If y'all have any questions, holler.
English.
I was supposed to have it like Tuesday afternoon. But
Okay,
I wasn't
so-
here on Tuesday,
okay.
but I just wanted to make sure you have my
Yeah,
name
put
and
your
everything
name
on there.
right here on Anderson County. Just put your name and put the E on today's. Yeah. Put your name right there and put an E right there.
Okay.
E, lowercase e, so I know that you got it. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, we need to look at your, okay. Let me send this to my boss right quick.
Get your laptop.
Like that. A.
I live in Anderson's. Just kidding.
Yes.
I don't use it.
You have a work email.
So, I had astronomy lab yesterday.
Y'all have a lab for astronomy?
It's like free. Like, it's
Let's pull up your,
and
let me think. Okay, I need to unpresent. Let me unpresent. Why is that? Wait a minute. And we'll pull up your schedule as soon as I get over here.
Okay.
Why doesn't it? Yeah.